Good morning, everybody. We are live with the International 10. It is time. It's been over 2 years since we crowned our previous world champion, and it's about time we have our next champion crowned very, very soon. Just a few days of Dota 2, a lot of days of Dota 2. You're gonna love it. We're gonna love it. We're gonna start things off with the group stages, and you are watching the multicast, which means you're on the right place to know everything there is to know about all the matches, all the games, all the time. And of course, I'm not going to do it alone. I'm joined by none other than Insania. Welcome. Jenkins, hello as well. And Tsunami, good morning. How are you doing?
I feel like it's not even real yet. I know.
It's not.
It's I've been hurt so many times. You know, I wanted so many internationals last year. It was quiet, and then Sweden, quiet. I think I'm ready to get hyped up. I think it's happening.
You're letting yourself feel it?
Just a little bit. I'm feeling the tension.
Yeah, you feeling it, Jenkins?
I'm feeling it. You know, it's been 2 long years. The biggest pressure about this tournament, at least for me, is not the money that's on the line. That's a lot of the time what it is, and the prestige. It's that it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years with no TI. It's like this almost represents going back to normal to a degree, which is just huge. It's bigger than the money and the prestige to me.
That is absolutely true. And Insania, I know you'd rather be somewhere else than in one of the hotels playing probably, but I'm super happy to have you joining us because we love to pick your brain on everything. And I want to actually hear from you, like, how are you experiencing this time right now that TI is back and that it is actually happening?
I mean, it's great. Like you said, I wish I was playing, but unfortunately I'm not. And I think it's super cool to have this opportunity and come here and talk about Dota. So yeah, I'm just excited to do it. It's a new experience and it's fun to do.
And you've been in this situation where the players are right now, you know, they're joining the lobby, it's game time.
Yeah.
What's going through their heads right now? How are they feeling?
I think this morning is pretty nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I think a lot of players don't really get nervous until the moment of.
Yeah.
And when you wake up or when you're going to go to sleep, I think a lot of people feel it. And just to lead up, like everything that's happening this morning, I know it's like pretty nervous. You're trying to think everything through. You're probably overthinking a lot of things that you shouldn't be.
Did you have any rituals?
No.
Because this is where players have rituals, right?
Yeah, I don't really have anything specific.
You don't listen to a hype up song or anything?
Okay, well, you can throw somebody under the bus at least and say, you know somebody, one of your teammates has a ritual, right?
We're not really ritual type players.
Okay.
I think like most of us, it's just like the regular, you know, wake up, drink your energy drink of choice, and then
That's a ritual.
get ready to play.
That's something.
I have a ritual.
Tell me.
When group stages are happening and I'm not working, I'll have my ritual of making sure that all monitors that I can find are set up with a game somewhere. And if I have to, I'll split screen it, but preferably not. And I'll make sure I'll watch the games all day long. And I know that there are so many of you out there that are doing the exact same thing, and I would love to hear from you. Make sure that during this event, we know there's no crowd, but you're going to be with us the whole way through. Virtually, but with us nonetheless. Make sure you use hashtag TI10 on all your social media platforms, and we'll be able to keep in touch with you and see what you're up to and see what your rituals are for watching. I know that there's going to be a lot of people having set up a screen or several screens to make sure they are catching every little bit of the action, because that's going to be a challenge. There's a lot of there's 40 games played to date, Tsunami. It is madness.
But we help the challenge be simplified a little bit here.
Absolutely.
We're going to try our best.
We're going to try our best.
We're going to try.
Because this is the multicast,
Yes.
of course. We will take you to we'll take a world tour around stream A, B, C, D. 40 games. How many games? So 4 days of group
40
stage.
today.
40 today.
40 games today.
40 games today.
20 series. 40 games tomorrow, 20 series. 40 games.
That's a lot of
It's a
Dota.
lot of games. It's a lot of games. And it's especially exciting, I feel like, the first day, Jenkins, because we haven't seen these teams in forever, and we don't really know what the state of things are right now. The state of Dota, the state of the teams, the state of everything.
It's true. You know, not to go too crazy technical or anything, but the stacking nerf for me it was a big question when I was doing research. I was looking at a lot of these teams, and they haven't played in 30 days, and it's like they just sit on their side of the map and exclusively stack. You know, it's like they're playing and where like they have this Fort Knox and that's all that they protect, and then there are other teams that weren't doing that, and the question is like, Are those teams going to keep the same meta and be very successful? Are the teams that were stacking before, are they going to adapt? Are they going to be punished because they have to adapt quickly over a period of only a month? Are they going to have to learn during the group stage? Or is everything just going to completely change during the group stage? And nobody's stacking. We don't know what the meta is.
My money is on the last one. Everything's going to change during the group stage. Group stage is going to be madness, especially because the two groups we have are both looking very, 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 very stacked. We've got two groups of 9 teams, and of each group, the top 4 will move forward to the upper bracket, with the 4 below that going through to the lower bracket. And yes, your math is correct. One team will be left out, because that team will get eliminated in the group stages alone. There is already that pressure starting today. Nobody is 100% safe. Insania, is there any group in particular you are most excited about?
I think both groups are pretty even.
Yeah.
Like if you look at them, I don't think like one group really stands out as a group of death or anything. So I think it's going to be fun to watch both of them. I think today's series, I'm really excited about OG Alliance. European Dota for me is, of course, it's going to be a bit special, but
Sure.
I think that series I'm really looking forward to watching. I think it's going to be really, really hype. I think Quincy Crew against LGD.
Yeah, I have
That
that
one's
one
going to be really
as my
good
favorite.
too. Yeah. I was talking to Yawar yesterday, and he seemed very confident, and I think like they always show up in groups.
Yeah.
They're always strong in TI groups, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do really, really well against LGD and maybe like surprise a couple of people at home.
Yeah, and Jack also seemed very confident. He had this grin on his face as if he was eating something. Of course, everybody knows what I'm referring to. And he was very confident as well. He said they've been scrimming a lot. Why are you laughing?
You want to use his wording?
No, I'm not going to use the wording.
Is there a specific quote that you would like to use?
Sure, but not on TI panel. Well, but he said that they've been scrimming a lot of Chinese teams.
Yep.
He said that I could reveal that information. I'm not leaking, okay? He seemed confident. But it's hard to tell with Jack though. So
It's hard to tell with North America in general.
it really is.
The jury's
yeah.
still out.
It's
Yeah.
tough.
I mean, it's going to be the group stages alone are going to be so telling as to. Obviously, everybody has their opinions on which region is strongest, but TI groups is where it really gets fleshed out. China is still the strongest region, which is what was the case during the DPC season. How is North America going to do? How South America going to do? Every region, I'm very curious to hear about and to see playing. Of course, you guys are all aware that there has been some news coming out of Romania regarding Aster and IG. Both of those teams have had positive COVID cases. So there's been a little bit of a change in what is possible for them, but they will still be able to compete at TI10 here. And they will play the entire thing from their hotel rooms, and they will be able to continue being in the tournament. For Aster, it will mean that one of their players, White Album, is unfortunately not able to play yet. Might change over the next few days, of course. But they will play with a stand-in as well. But do note that everything has been taken care of to make sure that the competitive integrity stays the way it should. And I'm very excited. Our first game is actually also going to be Aster, and we are also going to see them play up against EG, which, I mean, do we want to do this? Do we want to go over favorites real quick? Because, again, there's not that much data, and everybody's just saying, okay, EG, as PSG, LGD, there's the three-peat. Is there going to be a three-peat?
I went with Secret, actually.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that this is a rare situation that Secret kind of sucks before TI,
Yeah.
which never happens. But whenever they're good before TI, they always lose. So maybe change the dynamic a little bit. Maybe
it's-
Puppy comes in, number 2.
Yeah, it's interesting because like normally they'd always dominate the entire DPC, and now they've been pretty invisible the last couple of months. I don't think they played any of the ESLs or
They did not.
Yeah,
the smaller tournaments.
they've been under the
Right.
radar.
Yeah.
So
No,
that's
I
what-
believe in the three-peat though. I think OG can do it.
Really?
Yeah, I think they have a solid chance at doing it. I think their mental game is just really, really strong.
Yes.
That is why I think that I'm going to pick 2 teams, which I know is lame, but I think that T1 is the type of team that under pressure, they play extremely well, and you can never, ever count them out. They make ludicrous decisions when they're in high pressure situations. But then also EG, who now has Dr. K
Yes.
as their coach, as their mental coach, I think EG's definitely the type of team that probably needs it. But even without it, second place at 2 majors is no small feat.
There's definitely no small feat. We can take a look at the schedule today. I know there's going to be a lot of slides coming your way with a lot of games. As I said, there's 20 series here today, and if you don't memorize everything, that's okay as well. You can just go to dota2.com/esports to find all the information that you need. But today on Stream A, we're going to kick things off with EG Aster. Of course, at the end of the day, I think personally EG IG will be super exciting as well. But that being said, So many games are super exciting, and we already mentioned PSG LTD versus Quincy Crew for Stream Breed Tsunami. That's a very exciting one, right?
Yeah, I think historically Quincy at all the lands has looked good against the American regions, North and South, but against international opponents looks dicey. And everyone wants to know, is LGD still the premier pick to win this entire TI?
Yeah. And then on Stream C, we'll have a lot of games as well. I am also curious to see Undying play. This is actually their first performance on LAN. They came a solid third throughout the whole DPC season, and unfortunately for them, being from the NA region, it meant that they just weren't going to go to any of the majors. So I'm very curious to see how they do here with their first LAN as a squad. And on the Stream D then, last but definitely not least, I know it's Insania, OG Alliance to kick the day off. It is, I mean, you can make a case for every series being good. I'm looking for a Secret Beast Coast. That's going to be hype. EGT1.
How do
Only
you
good
watch it
teams
all?
here.
How do you
TI,
watch
right?
it all? I mean, I'm very glad that everybody that's tuning in right now knows, okay, you know what? We're going to make sure we're going to swap between all the streams and make sure you're catching all the action, because there's no way if you have 4 screens, you know exactly where to go. Everything is top tier today, Jenkins.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing T1 play. Like I said, they're one of my favorite picks in terms of on LAN, and I think in an interview at some point, might have been DPC or something like that, or one of the tournaments that was online but not on LAN. They actually said like being together is really important for them, and that the fact that they can like hype each other up is super important. And I think it's really obvious too when you watch them play. I remember there was this one play where they lost 23 Savage, who was like way higher in net worth than anybody in the game. I believe this was against an Alliance, and they smoked without him, 4-man smoke, and then wiped Alliance in front of the Roche pit. And it's like the cojones that you need to have in order to lose your carry, who is the highest net worth in the entire game, and then still smoke. I mean, that is seriously impressive. So I think T1 LGD was on there, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And I mean, every series is a blockbuster here. You speaking of Alliance, I mean, you're saying, okay, T1, you know, they really step it up when they come to LAN and they feel each other's energy and it just takes them to the next level, right? We've got 2 teams that we have seen perform at a major where that seems to have the opposite effect, Tsunami? VP and Alliance?
VP have not had a coach until
now. Yes, true.
So I give them the benefit of the doubt a lot of the times. And I think that intra-regionally, you're very comfortable. Alliance and VP, Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, they're in the zone. But then you put them out, Alliance won 0 international opponents. In the ESLs that they played, they didn't beat anyone outside of Europe. And throughout, obviously, their own DPC, just played Europe. Same thing with VP. I think they had a few more international victories, but still, it's not the expectation that we had for someone who they won 31. No, they played 31 games in their DPC. They only lost 3 out of both seasons, which is an amazing win rate. But I don't know what happens when you put them on LAN.
Yeah, VP was really interesting, because I remember right after the major, so they got knocked out of the major like first round, right? Even though they were seeded into the upper bracket. And then right after the major, ESL comes on, and they ended up winning ESL, beating T1, who performed extremely well at the major. And so it's like, what is going on with this team?
We don't know. It's going to be very exciting to see how they have prepared and how the training has gone, because we had these 2 extra months. Very curious how teams have dealt with that. And our first series, we're going to have Aster taking on Evil Geniuses. And before we dive straight into the Dota, Insania, I want to quickly hear from you. Like, okay, there's going to be people that just tune in for TI. Hello, love you, thank you, welcome back. A lot has changed since 2 years ago in the world of Dota 2. Neutral items? Scepters? How are you going to explain those?
It'll be a fun experience. We'll just have to take them one at a time and try to talk about them when they come up.
Sure. Oh, yeah, that's probably the best way. Otherwise, information overload. Absolutely. First game of the day, Evil Geniuses taking on Aster. We're just going to start the normal way. We're just going to ease you into it. So this will be our starting series, of course, as said. There's a stream A, there's a stream B, there's a stream C and D. You'll be able to follow your favorite team regardless, but we are jumping into EG versus Aster, and I'm just really curious, Insane, how do you feel Aster will perform with the stand-in?
I think the same thing you said about VPN Alliance could be said about Aster too,
Yeah.
right? They've been really, really strong in China, but then when they come to the LAN events, they don't look quite as dominant as they do in their own region. So I think with a stand-in on top of that, they're playing EG, who for me personally seem like one of the favorites coming into this. And I think it's been a lot of patches leading up to this event,
Yeah.
more than usual.
Yeah.
I
don't
think EG are notorious for like, they always figure it out really, really fast. I think it's one of our TZ's like high quality traits. He's just really good at figuring out patches. So I think they're in for a pretty tough opponent here, starting off.
I don't think there's ever been a hero added to Captain's Mode with such minimal data on them.
Oh, that's
Dawnbreaker
true. Yeah.
is in the game. Insania, what do you think? Is she a support? Is she an offlane? Is she a core?
I mean, I've mainly seen it as a 5 or a 4. And I mean, I don't think anybody wants to lane against that hero. That's primarily like the really, really early game
It's so
is really
annoying.
strong.
It's so annoying.
So I think I wouldn't be surprised to see it quite a bit in the group stage. I don't know if it's going to pan out for the entire event, but I think you're going to catch a lot of people off guard who aren't used to playing against it. So
Yeah, but surely,
Yeah.
I mean, two months of extra practice before TI, I almost feel like that would be a detriment. You get into your own head, Jenkins, surely.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but I also feel like people are spamming a lot of these heroes in pubs, and I don't really see much changing for at least in terms of like Dawnbreaker. I don't see much changing in terms of like the general build and what people are doing. So I feel like teams will be decently used to it, but yeah, I think laning is the biggest pain in the ass for her. But the build is like generally the same. Everybody's just going Holy Lock at every game.
yeah, I think it's primarily like a heal-based build where you play around your ulti. I really like the Aghanim Scepter. I think it's really, really strong.
I think it's core.
Yeah, support. If you can get
No,
to
no,
it.
no. Is it
Oh,
core
it's a
on
core
her?
item?
Yeah.
I'm not sure because I haven't seen the hero too much. I'm not like, I don't know exactly what the perfect build for her is, but I do think the Aghanim Scepter is very, very strong. And it's 60% evasion, which
Yeah.
is one of those things that you don't really notice it when you're playing against it, but just 60% less physical damage overall. So
Yeah. And we talk about EG Aster, maybe not the most even playing field that they're gonna open the day with. How do you feel the playing field is in general for this the TI compared to others, Jenkins?
You know, for every TI, I always feel like the meta shifts so quickly because of the human emotion involved with the stakes being so high. Like we
Yeah.
talked about money, prestige. With the whole COVID era and 2 years waiting for this, finally people get to play again. So basically, I think that the team that thrives in chaos will do the best. And so I couldn't even predict what team that is. I would like to say it's a team that has like a mental coach.
Yeah.
So I think having Dr. K is like really important for EG. I think that an actual argument for Aster is that there's a lot of stuff that you can see that they do differently online versus whenever they're playing on. It's a little weird.
Yeah, and that's why you think that the three-peat is very much possible, right? Because it's the
Yeah.
mental game for OG that they have won twice already.
yeah, I think that's definitely a big part of it. And I think there's something that, to your point about chaos, I think like when you look at PSG LGD throughout the year, they've proven that they can win games where they're losing, they can win games where
Yep.
they're looking strong. And I think that's a very, very good sign for a team that you want to see do well at TI, because you're going to run into some games that are going to be hard. And it's not just going to be like smooth sailing, stomping all your way to the grand finals. I don't think we've had that like almost since TI3.
Yeah.
Has any team that has been the favorite to win TI ever won TI other than potentially Alliance?
I'd say Wings,
I think Wings, yeah.
TI6.
Yeah. Were they? But they were not really the finals for a lot of people going in, though. Once the tournament started, yes, they looked like the best.
From my memory, the DPC ended, and then they were like pretty good. And
Yeah.
then like summits happened, and some other small non-DPC tournaments happened. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, these Wings guys!" though."
Yeah.
And 2 of them are on LGD, so it's a pretty good pedigree to have.
Yes.
I feel like every year VP is the favorites to win TI. Like that's,
Yeah,
that's at
also
least
true.
in like
Apart
the
from
previous
this, I would
years.
say this year. I mean,
Other
they
than
haven't,
this year,
they
other than-
haven't
Oh, yeah.
performed online. One thing, a little nugget of information regarding Virtus Pro, because yes, they are playing with a coach, playing as and have a coach to back them up as well. But one thing that they also changed is that Virtus Pro, the organization, has hired a former basketball professional
Oh, that's cool.
to help them with
Basketball
this.
professional player?
I think player.
Okay.
To help them with discipline in terms of training, because obviously before they were boot camping for a lot of their DPC season, and their region they crushed their region. It wasn't close.
Not even. Close.
Like,
Both seasons.
both seasons, first place, easy breezy, maybe dropped one game in total or something stupid like that. But they maybe got a little too lax, so now they have help. And we spoke at some point to DM about that, their offlane player, and he's like, yeah, he's helping us with discipline to make sure, we wake up certain time to train properly. Because at some point, if you're cruising through everything, you don't need that, right? You don't need that practice. And now
They need it. They really need it.
They're also very, very young.
They
are,
players
yeah.
Also, so
Dude.
they didn't go through college and stuff like that to wake up for classes, like
Right.
anything like that. They just rolled up, started kicking ass at Dota. They maybe need a little bit of structure.
Dude,
Yeah.
it is so obvious in their playstyle too. It's like that team more than any other team. If one of their cores is doing well, they will just build Chad items like offlane, like Desolator Mars or something like that, and then everybody plays around them as if they're the carry. Like that team is the closest thing to a pub stack that you can find, like a very organized pub stack. And I know it seems insane, but like they're like the individually highest skilled team where they just play around the one guy that's popping off in the game. But a lot of teams don't really do that.
That's a hallmark of the Eastern European region, but also the South American region, which we have never had 3 South American teams
Correct.
at a TI. We've had 1 at most, and that's just been for like the last few TIs.
Yeah.
So the regional representation is way more even. So while Eastern Europe was usually known for being the pub star, unstructured one, now South America kind of conversely is getting more structure with the DPC and coming into this TI extremely strong. So both those regions excite me quite a bit.
Yeah, it's also one of the reasons why we have the most newcomers at TI ever, because we got a lot of people that weren't here, and also Europe underperforming a little bit. Do you feel like that's gonna go away, like OG Alliance Secret? You think they're all 3 gonna do well and carry the European region torch proper?
So I was looking at the groups when they first announced them, and I was trying to think to myself, like, okay, which teams I think are going to go upper bracket.
Yeah.
And I have both OG and Alliance, both OG and Secret going upper bracket, I think.
Okay.
And I think Alliance is a contender, but I don't have them as like super clearly going upper bracket. But I think we'll find out. I don't think Europe is as weak as they were a couple of months ago. I think now we've adapted to the
And sometimes it might even be a situation where like the strongest thing doesn't even end up getting picked at TI. It's like afterwards we're like, oh wait, this other hero was actually crazy strong. We didn't even get a chance to try it out. And then that hero dominates the next major or something.
There are always hidden heroes, and I mean we're hoping to find one at TI. That's ideal, not after, right?
Yeah.
Io has snuck in as a hidden hero, of course, most notably last year, right? No one
Right.
was really on the Io that much. I mean, sure,
Yeah.
there's some discussions, and then it's like, oh, core Io. All right, that's just where we're at. And speaking of Io, okay, I guess this is getting delayed a little bit, so we'll have to start getting a little bit sneaky here, guys.
Now here's the question: Can you reveal the things that you want to talk about? Is that allowed? Do you know?
No,
privileged
I don't-
information?
What?
No? Do you know any?
No,
privileged
nothing
okay.
privileged. No
Okay,
privilege.
All right.
This is public. Seb has been spamming Io,
Oh, okay.
like 12 games.
Get him, everybody.
Offlane Io. So we might be getting a little bit of that. I could see that being a first phase ban here, just
But
because
that's
like,
a question. Is that the fake out, right?
dude, that's so worth though, because like they're just
Think
gonna play
about
it
that.
support anyway. I don't
Right.
want to deal with that through the whole drafting phase of
Okay.
just like, oh, where's this Io going? Because like,
Yeah.
it could be a massive bait, and well done if it is said.
To me, that feels like it's a massive bait because he's playing it like on his main account now.
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, but like, is it?
Have you seen Mech? It is very cheap, guys. Back in my day,
Yeah.
playing a support,
It
you
costs so
couldn't
much
buy a
mana.
mech unless you had like 800 mana.
Right. It's
Now,
so much
now
mana.
it's like 125.
Wasn't
No
it like
stats though.
275 mana or
I
something
don't know.
like
It was
that.
a lot of mana. It was
super
over. It was like
expensive.
250 plus. It was brutal, and it was expensive.
Yeah.
Now it's dirt cheap. It's like 1,800 something gold.
And you get like different things from it, obviously, but it's still a situation where like that item can make all the difference in the world. It's like Dawnbreaker, right? Like you sort of have this situation where
God, I forgot about that hero.
I mean,
I totally forgot that hero actually exists in this. All right, cool.
it's one of those things where like you see that hero picked up. I mean, I think the reason that we're forgetting about it is because we're assuming it's going to be banned every game, right? Like, you don't think so?
I'm a meh. I'll let her prove herself.
Okay.
I'm not a believer.
I don't know. There's.
I
been
agree she's annoying, but I
Yeah.
don't know if she's like major ban material quite yet.
Listen,
She
you
needs
see
to
that
flex
little
her stuff a
hammer
little
come
bit.
Out, she like, tosses that thing, and you just die, no matter where you are. It feels like, oh god, that hero is so annoying to play against. But I think that it also, part of the thing that fits with it really well is that you're talking about that mech, right? You think about rushing that mech on a Dawnbreaker, you get that pretty early on. Suddenly, you know, the ulti comes in, you pop down there on the
Wait,
ground.
so let me
turnaround.
just.
Okay.
And this would be an off lane. Is that what I'm saying?
No, more
Dawnbreaker?
position like a support. Why not?
So it's but just to be clear, it would be like buying a mech, and it would be like globally moving with a heal.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. I think I
So
understand.
why wouldn't I just be Io?
Because she can kill people too. Io just is a little ball following people around. She's the one that makes the plays happen. Now here's a question: Dawnbreaker and Io.
Wow, that's a lot of heals, and it's AOE heals, so it will get
Yeah.
doubled up on the if
Yeah.
someone's tethered. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Some sauce, and
Yeah.
you'd be like a big global relocate too.
exactly.
Wow.
Although
Look at this, guys. Yeah, you can't do the preemptive.
you would have no stuns though. That's stuns don't win Dota.
I mean, that totally works for Nigma, right?
Yeah.
No,
God,
okay.
too soon.
Okay. Well.
Ooh. All
Yeah,
right,
they're the easy one with the no stuns. Sorry, Curl. My bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we're still.
You're gonna get
still waiting here,
destroyed.
guys.
You're gonna get blasted.
No, it's. We're all just waiting, aren't we? Is this what we're going
true
for
enough.
here?
That's fair enough. Oh God, I can't wait though.
It's I mean, we talked about it's been 2 years here, guys, and we're relaxing now. This is where you know the delay's coming in. When you ask time and there's no answer,
Yes.
that's when you know things are settling in. So stay a while for a session here, guys. It has been 2 years since TI.
Yes.
And do you guys remember what Dota was like then? Do you know neutral items didn't even exist at TI? I was rewatching the replays, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god, this is a completely different game. There were shrines.
Yeah.
Shrines.
Wait, really?
Shrines.
Wait, really?
Yes, in the jungle. There were shrines. We still had shrines at TI, guys. We were doing the, hit the showers.
Yeah.
Value shrines.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
That one's crazy. Because to me, like that feels like it's eras of Dota. So we haven't had even like the outpost things.
No. No neutral items. No outposts.
And so that also means
Think
no.
about all the changes to neutral items that have happened just in their existence, and they weren't
Yes.
even at TI.
And so Void Spirit, and then was it Snapfire the other one?
Mhm.
Okay, so Void Spirit, Snapfire, and Dawnbreaker
Yep.
are all the new kids on the block. Yeah, I mean that's going to be interesting. I think that like when you look at heroes that sort of define things, Dawnbreaker to me of those three feels like it's the most like game changing of them. Because like Void Spirit, you kind of already did it with Storm and Ember,
No,
right?
I'm not on this
What
line
do you
of
mean?
thinking.
Okay, all right. Hear me out. This is the
Oh,
idea.
okay. I see what you're saying. Are you
Yes.
saying that like she's very different compared to the other two?
There's very few other heroes that
Okay.
are like Dawnbreaker. Like,
Okay, but there's literally only like 3 other spirits.
yes, but they existed, and that was like a position that existed within Dota of like
Okay,
the
all right.
hero that goes in and like makes a little bit of chaos, and like Puck sort of fills that role as well, right?
Mhm.
Like that's an archetype of a hero. And Dawnbreaker, I guess the only
Okay,
other one is
all right.
Io, actually.
Yeah, she's very similar to Io. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's kind of cool, but then like a more aggressive version of that hero. And then Snapfire is sort of weird. I don't really know if there's another one like
She didn't
that.
get her chance. She got owned because TI got
Yeah.
so delayed. You know, she
That's
she
true.
had some sauce. She's lost a lot of the sauce now.
Now here's the thing.
Hmm.
What about Snapfire either offlane or mid?
We don't need the theory crafting right now.
Oh,
Gabe.
it's gonna be so good though. I know that's gonna get played at some point in time.
Some teams still like it. Some teams that aren't at DPC like it, but some that are at TI but weren't DPC liked it. Some teams here like it. Beast Coast, they often play it mid. They love it because they used to pick Hector, any sort of a stun in the safe lane, and then Snap would just TP and just kill whoever it was off the stun.
I like it a lot with Clockwork too. I wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprised if we see that out of like Secret, for instance.
Yeah, okay.
I could see that happen. Like a, I mean, I guess it would probably need to be like either a Zai Clock or Snap, but he could probably play it either way.
Jeez, I'm about to get my bag of props pretty soon here, guys.
I know we're
I have a
chilling.
chest of just all kinds of. Okay. Turns out there wasn't enough room in my suitcase. I'm sorry. I don't have like big foam fingers or anything to rock out here. That would have been good though.
Yeah,
not
another
come
one of your
prepared.
jerseys again potentially.
Yeah, that went over so well last time.
Can I tell you another quick story since, again, we're waiting to fill a little bit of time, figure out what's going on with the players and making sure that they're all good to go. But at TI8, for anybody that doesn't know, our wonderful man, Mr. Trent here,
Hey.
what was even the name of the stadium that y'all were in? Where we were in?
Rogers Arena.
Okay, and
It was
who's
in
the
Vancouver.
I don't know anything about hockey. Who's the team that plays there?
Well, the
it's
Canucks.
not the Leafs.
It's definitely not the Leafs.
Okay, so he wore a Leafs jersey.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand.
No, you knew that. He was excited. He was like, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah, I didn't.
They
underst-
like that.
I didn't understand the cultural connotations that come with that. So we go up out onto the stadium, into the ground floor, and I think we're up there with March.
It was March and Chobra.
March and Chobra. Camera turns on, and suddenly I hear this sound. There's 25,000 people just booing. Boo. Now, when 25,000 people boo it as you show up on camera, the thought isn't oh, they're booing at him. It's, oh, they're booing at you. I did something wrong. I offended Canada.
Yeah, see, I'm used to being just booed constantly, so
Okay.
it wasn't even
You
phased.
knew what you were doing. You didn't prepare me for it. That was crazy. And then, of course, the other big thing that ended up happening that one was, just in general, that whole experience every time afterwards that you came on camera. I feel like I heard one or two.
Oh, yeah. No, they were good boos. It was worthwhile. Yeah.
But, still waiting. It does look like, again, all 10 players in the lobby, just trying to sort out their issues, and hopefully we'll be able to get this game underway in just a couple of moments here. I know that we will.
It has to. I mean, honestly, we waited 2 years, guys. What's another, 20, 50 minutes?
It's true.
I just want to hang out here. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, Sunsfan and Cinder on another one. They have a podcast. They probably just started another episode. You guys might be missing
That's
what we
true.
say things right now.
I think that you should stay on this broadcast, though.
Oh, wait, you don't want me to send away the viewers?
Get out of there.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this.
They're not even on right now. Don't look away. Don't check those ones out.
Some people probably just have it muted because they're just waiting for the actual game to start. And so me just doing a bunch of hand motions is probably very confusing if
Yeah.
anyone's just muted our tab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they're probably not watching. That's fine. I think that the other thing to me about this matchup that I sort of I'll go down this analogy route yet
Okay,
again.
we're going back to the Dota now?
We're gonna go back
This
to
is
the Dota.
dangerous. What if we still have another 40 minutes?
So well,
Good. There's our names. Just so you know who to report. Just throw
Appreciate
those
that.
up there. Yep. That's perfect.
So the other thing that sort of stands out to me about this Alliance roster, and this was something that I alluded to earlier, if anybody out there has seen the movie The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, it's from 2000. And the idea behind it is that you have the NFL that goes on strike in the United States. Okay?
They made a movie about this? Jeez, they're really digging for content. Now imagine a bunch of millionaires no longer want to play sports for money.
That's the point of the entire movie.
In a world.
Exactly. And so what ends up happening is that Keanu Reeves comes in and they're going to field a new roster from all replacement players, and they're the scrappy underdogs that come in. And
Wait, but are they just playing other scrappy underdogs?
no, they're playing the main team. So it's
Oh, so it's
only
like one team
it's
goes on
one
strike.
team that goes on strike.
Sounds like a terrible plotline.
Listen, that
why
Keanu-
is one team going on strike?
don't analyze it too much, but
Okay.
it had Keanu Reeves in it. Okay, that's
Fair.
the important part.
Yeah, that's fine.
The
We like him.
cyberpunk man, right?
Mhm.
Exactly. So he
Don't label him as that.
I know he's
He's
better
the
than
Point
that.
Break guy.
That's true.
There, boom. Now it's something we can agree on here.
What's Johnny what? Johnny
Well,
Idaho? Johnny
I don't know.
Iowa?
Silverhand is the cyberpunk one. I
Oh,
thought that's
okay.
what you're going for.
No, the character from
I
Point
can't
Break.
remember.
His name is Johnny something. Go check that
You'd
movie
think
out.
I
It's
would
really
know because
good.
I saw it like 80 million times growing up on one of those channels.
Yeah.
It was just one of those constant.
Oh,
rewatch
that
ones.
movie is
Yeah.
so good. Anyways, it's
See,
probably
see how
actually.
he tried to get back to Dota?
I'm
Don't worry,
trying
guys,
to.
I
Here it
got
is.
you.
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
So the
Drive the
idea
bus.
again with
Mhm.
this this analogy, right, is that you've got this roster that needs to come out and be the scrappy underdogs and pull together a bunch of people from all over the place.
Inspirational
Think-
speeches,
Think
you
about
know.
how old some of these players are. Like Nico Baby, he was sort of like that tier 2 player for a really long time. He had to travel all around, go to Southeast Asia,
Yep.
playing with them, and then I think
Then he
his-
looked sick. And everyone's like,
Exactly.
oh, damn. All right, we want this guy.
and so many people were writing him off.
Mm-hmm.
Like at TI8, I feel like I heard so many people that were like, "Oh, that guy's terrible. That guy's bad." This was before he started playing.
Yeah.
And then he came in and dominated, and that's really what it is. It's like these people that people have written off. How many times has Limp just failed because of Kyle? Think about that, right?
True.
Like that's the other thing.
That's fair.
Limp and Handskin, they come back in now, and they're making this team in like the twilight of their careers, trying to make a run at TI, all held together by S4. S4 is Keanu Reeves.
I think
That's what I'm trying
I
to say.
think we just bingoed. Like, if we had a bingo card of like talent filling time, so far we've hit like irrelevant movies. You know, we talked about the good old days, about old patches.
Yep.
Right, that's good. We made fun of Kyle.
Yes.
We have the free space where the coordinator went down for a second. So that one's good. And I'm not sure what our 5th bingo was. Probably just, you know, awkward. Haha, fail time.
That's great.
That's a fair bingo.
Or
All
is
right,
it 5 for
congratulations.
bingo?
Yeah.
Okay.
bingo. Oh my god, dude. Are you okay?
I actually like bingo a lot. Too.
Okay, so here, your scrappy underdogs.
Yeah.
That was OG.
It was.
That was just, I mean, they were literally the replacements. So your analogy is, you should have used that for them.
Well, but I feel like this OG is a different version of that.
Okay, yeah, but TI, okay, fair enough. So now Alliance is the new replacements, but TI8 OG was the original replacement. So they're just a
Exactly.
rerun.
Yeah, they're a rerun. Well, now they've become like, you know, they've sort of turned heel a little bit throughout this past
That's true,
year
actually.
a little bit.
Yeah, they really weren't, you know, they were just scrappy underdogs. Like, oh, that's so nice, they won. No one thought they'd win, and then TI.
It's just what happens when you become a winning team, right? Like naturally, there's going to sort of attract.
They help
that thing.
themselves a little
They,
bit.
no, you're not wrong there. Absolutely.
They took some steps to ensure the image was there. They did the heel turn themselves.
That's a fair point. I would not disagree with that. I mean, the other here, I didn't even talk about him yet, but FNG as well. Like another one of those
that's an old guy.
left his own region. I feel like this is one of the older teams that we've got at TI, if I remember that correctly. I feel like
you don't like think of them as being
इतनी
old,
बातें
yeah.
कर रहे हैं गेम कब शुरू करोगे भाई
and I mean, Nico Baby is somebody that I think a lot of people think of as like an older person or as a young gun, like a new face on the roster. But really, he's been around for a very long time. So it changes up in that regards. So.
Man, we were just making fun of Kyle, and he walked in.
Yeah, how's it go, Kyle?
That's,
What's happening,
that's
man?
pretty convenient.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, they can't see him though.
No, I know. It's nice
It's for
though.
their benefit.
Yeah, it's beautiful. He wants to yell at us. What's that, Kyle? You want to watch the game? Yeah, the game's not actually started yet, so I'm going to go back talking to the stream. Is that cool with you? Is that all right with you, Kyle? Is that cool? Thanks, bud. All right, we have more questions. All right, thank you, Kyle. It's so nice here.
That's so good.
Do you guys have a podcast title that we could use? You got any leftover ones or something? I think so.
Yeah,
It's been,
pretty
I don't know
much.
how long it's been, but we've just been podcasting here for quite a while. What time is it? 10:20. We've been podcasting for 22 minutes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, they're podcasting
That's
on the mainstream too. All right, cool. Wow, you guys are already at 1/3 of the way to your free chests.
Yeah.
Because after 1 hour. Oh, 5 podcasts? Oh, shit. I bet Sunfan and Cinnamon are winning.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Ah, darn. Yeah, I go to that podcast too. Bye, guys. Thank you. Not you. You guys stay.
Exactly. Don't go anywhere.
Kyle can leave.
Now listen, if they do
You're
want to
trapped
hear
here
from
with
them
us.
again, they can go over to stream C and they're about to hear from Kyle and Cap.
Well, not right now, though.
Well, probably.
Wait, so why aren't they casting right now? How come they're not podcasting?
Because they're on like the 3rd series or something.
Oh, okay.
the
That's what I
second
thought
or
you were
third
saying.
series.
All right,
no,
I
no,
got
no,
you.
no. No, I meant that they're going to go over there and interrupt them like they interrupted us.
Oh, yes. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well said. Yes, they'll probably go interrupt Stream C.
Perfect.
Great.
Well, again, back to the, the replacements. The best thing about that.
So where were we?
The best thing about that movie was that they had what's that song? At first I was afraid, I was petrified.
Yeah.
Kept thinking I could. That song's in it, and it's really. I can't
That's
sing
like the
any
main-
more than
Yeah,
that.
you better stop. That's me at DMCA. You're so.
I'm very in
accurate.
tune.
Yeah.
I will say that that's one of my favorite things of all time is karaoke. I love going karaoke,
Mm.
but I can never do it at events because if I go out singing doing karaoke, like, first of all, it's COVID, so that's just not great.
No karaoke right now, guys.
But the second part is that if you do end up doing that, you're gonna throw out your voice after a little bit, so that's no good at all. So it does look like, again, waiting on the time for everything to get going. Is there any chance that we could go to a quick break? Our wonderful producer. I think that he's talking to somebody right now, so he can't hear me.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Why are you going to leave the people?
Well, the only reason is because they're telling me that we need makeup touch-ups, potentially.
We. That's a strong word.
Get out of here. What's wrong with you,
Really?
man?
I
I know,
know.
they're leaving. We don't need them. We look
Alright.
beautiful.
Yeah, thanks. I don't want to ditch these people. They're here waiting for the game. We will wait with them. We're
That's
not going
true.
to take a break and go hide
Well, no. We
and
wouldn't go
cower
hide.
away when there is a production snafu.
Yeah.
We are here.
I meant that like, if they wanted to touch up my
Oh, I
makeup
know
or
what you
something.
said. No. You look great.
Thank you.
You don't need a
Appreciate
touch
that.
up. He's fine.
I do
Everyone
look
tell him
great.
he's fine. Just little claps.
Yeah, you can hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah. Perfect.
Or Trent. You could tell
Yeah,
him it
that'd be
looks
good.
great as well.
Get some follow numbers so we can get some sponsor stuff. That'd be great.
sort of talking it out, if they're thinking about the draft, or if they're just
dude.
like, something tells me that like one of them went down to eat breakfast or something.
It would be really in my head at this point. It'd be like, if we want to play like
I'm
rock,
gonna choose
paper,
my
scissors right now,
specialist.
Yeah.
then we just go. But if
There
we were
is-
just
we're gonna-
like,
we're gonna start
hold
off
on
this.
here.
Okay.
Okay, we can do that in a second, though.
Yeah.
See, if I had to wait for 30 minutes and then play, I would just overthink pointlessly
I think?
and forget my original
With a
game
salt?
plan, which I obviously think about a lot. much
Let's
like a team
get ready to
preparing for
rumble.
Dota. Okay, so how do we do this?
We'll deploy
Well, so here's the thing.
over
This is
at.
another
Let's
quick
deploy
story
over
that
at
we can
E,
tell,
I
right?
think.
We don't need to
They're
tell
taking D
You
at
know
the
the
moment.
story. He knows the story. The other day we were playing Terraforming Mars.
So we'll
and
kinda move
Ken
over that
Chen,
direction.
The wonderful
Oh.
Mr. Hotbit told us that we need to do rock paper scissors to figure out whose plants were
What's up?
destroyed.
I don't like
If you
story
haven't
time. I'm
played
gonna adjust some of my,
Terraforming Mars before, you'll
don't think you need to
don't-
explain
Don't
the
worry
game.
about it.
Adjust my
But
weapon
anyways,
here.
the point being that plants are good. One of us was going to lose them. We did. He was like, "All right, do rock paper scissors shoot." Trent goes, "Rock paper," and
You
then
get
just
the cover.
went. And it, like
Here's 3, then shoot.
yeah, but here's the thing.
Chat wants to hop in a vehicle, huh? You got it. It's fine, Squid. It's Battlefield, you know.
Agreed
Yeah,
to
I
do
know
it
I
the
did,
other
but
way
Tarkov
first.
here.
I've spent
Can actually.
years just doing
Alright, maybe
that.
you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Maybe you're right.
So
I'll see what I can do.
what's that, we don't do that either.
Which one?
With like the
Oh.
hand on the thing. We do that. Yeah, no, we don't.
Whoops, I
I say
forgot.
we as in all of
All
us.
of
As far as I know in the none of this. Okay, all right. So how are we doing this?
I mean, this probably looks
God, if
different.
only we could do
on stream as
predictions
well.
right now.
Predictions. All right, you ready?
That'd be so good. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna get you 3 times in a row. You ready?
What?
It's gonna
Okay,
happen.
but how are we doing it? Is it 1, 2, 3, shoot?
No, it's just 1, 2, 3.
Okay, all right. So it's
Ready?
like rock, paper, and then throw.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Rock, paper, and then scissors.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. I'm
in
ready.
your
Yeah,
head.
yeah,
Rock, paper, scissors. That's 1.
yeah. All right, all right.
Get nervous. Don't start sweating.
All right.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. No. I almost
He
swore.
thought I'd flex.
I had it. All right.
Can you imagine? All right.
Ready?
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Yes.
All right,
Victory
all right,
is
all right.
mine.
All
I
right,
also
that was 2
just
to 3.
dropped this behind me there.
Oh, that was
Perfect.
another minute down.
Nailed
Piece of
it.
cake. Mm.
We're killing it here.
Yeah. This is actually the best possible way to start the group stage for us. I mean, it's only uphill from here. Like,
That's
this
true.
is broadcast starts. Game starts. You know?
That's true. I think that it fits within the motif again of like us needing to build that anticipation and excitement for what's going to happen.
I
The
thought you were going to
game's
say
gonna
needing validation from the crowd and the fans and
Sure, yeah,
trying to
that
think
too.
our lives have meaning.
Oh,
That's the one I was
Wow.
going for. So thank
It's
you for the
very-
validation.
Very deep.
As the numbers start to dwindle.
No. They would never dwindle. I don't believe in that.
I'm just looking over the mainstream. Yep, they're still just couching. They're
They
just
look
chilling.
good.
Yeah. They also waiting for the games. We're waiting for the games. Turns out everyone is.
True
you guys
enough.
are waiting for the games.
Yeah, I think that it's also nice though because like at least at the beginning, I feel like there was always this time when TI started. Before we started to work it, I would always like watch, and I would love to watch the group stage start off, and I'd have 4 different browsers open, or like the multi-Twitch
It's the
thing.
most beautiful multi-Twitch you guys have ever seen. It has 4 pairs of us all.
Yeah, hey, how's it going? But like, I think that it just becomes so crazy chaotic and like exciting what's happening, and sort of keeping up with that. And that's why I'm excited about the mainstream, because I think that the mainstream, I sort of tweeted about this, but there's been this like thought that I've always had where when you're watching games at an event, like there's this sentiment that happens in the green screen, in the green room, back behind, where like everybody's sitting together and watching the games and talking about like what's happening, what's the meta that's evolving, what heroes are good, what are people picking, how are people playing Dota in general. All those things start happening, and it feels like you sort of have I don't know, like not like the meta's being decided, but it feels like you're trying to decipher a puzzle. And I feel like that's what the mainstream is going to be this year a little bit, where it's like people just talking about what they're seeing around in games all the time. So that's going to be cool.
We got some big brains. We got Insania showed up. Come fast. That's pretty cool.
Wait, is that revealed yet? Is he
Well,
out
yeah,
there?
he's
Oh,
there
yeah,
on the
he is.
stream. So,
Okay,
do you think I'm throwing with spoilers here? Come on.
maybe.
I'm not gonna tell about all the surprise secret people coming.
Ooh, I don't know if there is anybody.
Dozens. There's just dozens of them.
I don't know if that's true. Is there a crowd and we don't know?
Can I just
No.
make some bold promises here? Just I mean, no one's even listening at this point.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
been
fair
a while.
point.
They're just waiting for the game, much like us.
Way to bring that back around.
the game is eventually going to happen. Maybe. I don't have any promises.
I do. I will promise that there will be a game.
Wow.
I'm
That's bold. You don't know what could happen. You don't have that power.
I wonder if I could join.
I know your name's Gabe, but you're not that Gabe.
I wonder if I could join the coaches slot.
And please don't. I don't want them to click the start and then you're suddenly a coach and
They can hear me. That would be the real meme.
that would be a problem.
That would be the real meme again.
Okay. All right. Jeez.
Yeah. No, I think that it's going to be an interesting time watching that mainstream though and checking out what everybody's doing.
All right. So now that we've weaned out the non-diehard fans,
Okay.
and just the diehard fans are left, who do you favor in this matchup? Who's winning this? Is someone going to 2-0?
I don't think it's going to be a 2-0. I think it's going to be a 1-1.
Okay, could one of them 2-0, or could either of them 2-0, or do you think it's just like...
I mean, this is really my problem with like all of these teams beforehand is that you come in with preconceived notions of what they're going to do, but realistically, like there's so much that's been held back this year because of that extended break before TI. I don't know what anybody's form is. Like I think that people could have powered up, hyperbolic time chambered it, and then become like really freaking good, and like we wouldn't know about it.
Okay.
It's like it's mostly scrims, but like we don't have access to that information as much.
Okay, so but which team did you dust all of their player cards?
Oh my god. Why are you doing this? Why are you
No,
doing
I'm
this?
just saying. Last night, did you or did you not remember? You're under oath.
Yes.
Did you or did you not dust all 5 player cards from one of these two teams?
I may have.
All right. Now, may I remind you again? You are under oath, sir. Which team did you fully 5-man dust, including a gold card?
I may or may not have needed to get the like maximum amount of player cards so I could get that objective. Or
Oh yeah,
whatever the
sorry.
thing is.
I apologize. It was
The
a
reward.
4-man dust.
That's right.
Yes.
I needed to get that.
Yes.
No, it was a 3-person.
I believe it was 4 because you had 2 other teams that you needed to get. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They
So,
were the least likely.
Stinger
out of your two
missile?
teams. Yes. Which one was it?
You can
sir?
have like
I may have
anti-tank
dusted
guns
Alliance.
with you.
I may have.
Medical
But
kits,
so here's the
grappling
thing. And I
hooks.
You should have seen how sad the player faces look. They just, there's a
disappear.
gold card just disappearing from the screen. He's like, I need your dust. I need your soul power.
So the reason that I did that, it's not an indication of a team that I think is necessarily going to go out, but it's an indication of a team that I don't think I'm going to play their cards, right? And I think that there's a difference there.
Okay, but do you or do you not have a 5-man lineup of OG?
I
still
don't actually.
left?
I think I have 4. Maybe I have
I'd like
5.
a verification, sir, please. I mean,
Okay.
we got time.
We do.
I saw
guys, I'm
somebody there.
looking, I'm
Often people who
checking.
use the arrow say, I saw somebody there, and they won't know who it was.
Yeah.
But the hero icons, that's not a problem. But you're right, you can't see the face and direction. That is a
I
problem.
usually
But
memorize whichever color I need to be afraid of. If I'm like, oh, I don't see yellow on the minimap.
I just
Sure,
think it's
okay.
one
X
extra
isn't
step.
there.
It's like quick cast, right?
Fine. Yeah, that's true.
It's like I think it's a thing of the past. The
Yeah.
colors, like
I think,
think it's-
I'm not sure. Okay, homework time. Did anybody read the in-game instructions that our observer sent?
no.
Because
We're not
what are,
Yeah, I
they,
can't-
what
I
are
can't
we
read
using?
those.
What are we using?
yes,
What do you mean? What are
Yes.
we using?
yes.
Are we using the portraits or the arrows and the
The
crosses?
I know the
gonna be
answer
We
to her
use arrows
question.
always.
The minimap's
Yeah.
going to be on the right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna get used
We're
to that.
doing colorblind mode for everything.
I've heard some arguments for that. I don't remember what
Wait,
they
are
are.
you actually colorblind, or do you just
Yeah,
like?
I'm
Oh,
genuinely
okay. Because
colorblind,
I
yeah.
know your stream has it, but I didn't know if it was a
No, I am genuinely colorblind.
red green or what?
Red, green, yeah. Red, green, and brown, actually.
Do you?
So we're in a green screen right now. What do you see, huh?
Yeah,
It's
what
all
do you
red.
see?
I knew it.
No, what do you see?
It's just black and white. The entire world is just black and white.
He's a dog, Sheever.
That's not true. Don't put dogs down like
Yeah,
that. That's a
right.
lie.
It's not.
That's
I'm
a lie in a park.
propagating the myth.
No, it's certain tones of green and certain tones of red kind of blend. Like I would
Okay.
call a certain tone of green red, and you'd be it's clearly green.
Okay.
But to me, it looks red.
okay.
And especially when they're next to each other, that's like when it's the worst.
Yes, and
So
so
with the health
especially when
bars,
it's in a game when
yeah. So having the blue is like much nicer for me.
it's easier.
So then
Yeah.
you couldn't tell strength and agi treads very easily otherwise?
No, I can,
Oh, okay.
but I'm used to it now. I've seen those specific ones so much that it's not a problem. But generally speaking, sometimes some tones of red and some tones of green mesh.
What there's I can't I'm trying so hard to remember, but sometimes your brain just doesn't compute things.
I'm familiar.
90 IQ and so forth going on. there are actual benefits to using colorblind mode that aren't just for colorblind people. It's something with like the HP bars, but I don't remember exactly what. There was a Reddit post.
They're blue. Does that change?
They're
anything?
blue. It's something about them being blue. I don't remember what exactly it is. I thought maybe you would know because you use colorblind mode, but maybe not. But there are some things, there are some settings in the game that are not popular yet. They're not mainstream, but they are mathematically better. WASD, for example, this was Aoi that initially told me this. There's a few carry players that use WASD because you can, as your camera is moving, you can move the mouse to cast a spell. Because with every other form of camera movement, your mouse is locked somewhere, either to the edge of the screen or to a certain position with the camera.
Isn't it Matuma Man,
Yeah,
that
he
is
does.
using arrow keys to move, and he literally will let go of his mouse
Yeah, so
to move. And back to the mouse.
So Limp does this really interesting thing. At least he used to do it back in Here's a New Earth, where he
always
uses
coarse.
he uses mouse to move the thing.
Yeah.
And then he'll move his left hand over to the arrows, move his mouse where he wants it, and then move back to like cast spells. He'll use both edge pan and the mouse wheels, and he would like click his
Isn't that-
camera.
Wouldn't you say that's a little bit of a handicap?
I don't know.
Like, obviously
it worked for him, obviously.
Obviously
yeah.
it
Rank
works for him.
5, so I
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it works for him. But wouldn't you say then that he's going to be even better?
He might
if
win
he
a
was
TI.
used to-
He might just like insta win every.
But
the
imagine
next-
how good he would be if he used the normal way.
Yeah,
No, but I just think he uses
Scary.
whatever he wants in that
Yes.
given moment. Like if he needs to use his mouse, then he uses the arrows. If he needs
Yeah,
to,
totally instinct. Totally.
I think so.
I gotta
genuinely
ask
think
you a
so.
goddamn
Yeah.
question because I've looked at your replays. Okay, I'm learning how to play Ogre Magi because this is a very
Okay.
difficult hero, and your camera goes crazy.
no,
What is going on with that?
I just like to be aware of everything that's happening in the game.
Are
and I
you-
think it was worse. Like when I was younger, I did it a lot more than I do now.
Okay,
Yeah.
that doesn't explain it because it's like somebody should send you a doctor with what's going on with your hand, that there's a problem there.
No, he's just absorbing as much
just-
information as
I
possible.
think when you're a captain, you're just a little bit of a psychopath. You just want to know everything that's going on so that you can you have everything ready after the game. Like this, and this is why we lost. And I know because I watched it all happen.
And because I was thinking, and I don't remember who said this, it might have been BSJ or somebody. People are saying it's because you don't want people to know, you don't want people to watch your player perspective, and so you're making it intentionally hard. That's how bad it. And I watch your replay, so obviously I'm trying to learn something. Lots of respect there, but people are saying that you're trying to make it so that they can't watch it. So it's like vomit-inducing. That's how crazy your camera is.
I've never heard this before.
What DPI do you play with?
400.
400?
I have like 500 or 400.
Oh
it's
my
super
God.
low. My mouse doesn't move. If you look, my mouse is like only in the middle of my screen.
What about your camera acceleration?
Normal.
Normal? So it's
I just
not.
click on the mini map.
Okay. Yeah, you do this all around. You seriously?
So I actually play with, these like drawing pens? Yeah, that's what I play
That's
with.
what Jarek has been doing.
I've been,
yeah, that's
I've been
really
using
cool,
the.
He
actually.
retired from
joystick.
DOTA, was like, all right, tablet, that's what I'm going to do now.
Yeah.
I'm going to play games with the tablet, and now OG needs to figure out a way to win without him.
Yeah, and now we still need to watch some Dota, which, by the way, Tsunami is he's sweating
Shiver,
more
you're
and
on
more.
thin ice.
Yeah, because we are still, of course, waiting for the games to start. Don't worry, we won't let the games start without you noticing it. None of the games have begun just yet. Still some issues that we are trying to get fixed. But if you've just joined us because you figured, hey, by now the game should be going on, hello, it's not the case yet, but we will catch you up on what will happen today. So we can take a look at the schedule once more to just give you a little bit of an overview of all the games that will happen today, one way or another. We're gonna start off this stream actually once it's live with EG versus Aster, and we're gonna have 5 streams in total. This is of course one of the streams, but then we're gonna have 4 different streams, stream A, B, C, and D, all with 5 series of 2 games being played. And we're just gonna go over it real quick once again. Tsunami Stream B is gonna have some exciting stuff coming up today. We didn't actually talk about Elephant and Fnatic,
No.
which I think is gonna be a very exciting series as well.
Yeah, because Fnatic had a less than stellar DPC Southeast Asia, and they were bouncing around with their roster as they were shifting players around. They ended up bringing in Death, who had a pretty impressive performance at the Singapore Major as a stand-in. And
Hell yeah.
Elephant, I have been extremely critical of because it's a team of superstars that kind of do bad a lot. And so both of these teams I have had low expectations for throughout the DPC. But now, Aiden, like a lot of people are considering Elephant to be good, and not just like good in China, but like a contender at this TI. What's
Yeah.
up with that?
I mean, I think in general, when you get to big stages, you're gonna look at the big names. Like,
Yeah.
these are the guys that have been here before, they have performed here before. And I think this TI, more than any TI, there's a pretty clear distinction between the teams that have very, very experienced players that have done well at LANs, and then the teams that are just brand new, more or less. Or like, especially when it comes to LAN experience. And I think the 2 years leading up is a big part of, like a big reason for that. It's been so much online gameplay. And I think like that's why teams like Elephant gain popularity when, you know, it's TI time. Who are you gonna look for? You're gonna look at FY.
Yeah.
You're gonna look at Yang,
Yeah.
Paparazzi or Eurus, whatever he prefers. Somnus maybe. Like these guys have proven that they're good players at TI.
Yep, they can perform under pressure, and it's going to be very important for them to do that this time around as well. There is a lot of pressure on all the players here. We got a lot of first-timers, so we're going to see how they do deal with that pressure, by the way. Last TI, 25 first-timers. This TI, 39. That's a big increase right there, and I believe that is excluding coaches even. So it's because there's so much less European teams and so many more SA teams. Yeah, so
every single time Liquid or Nigma was also
Yeah.
5 players that had been to 1,000 TIs at that
Exactly.
point. And so that's excluded. 3 South American teams, like we mentioned.
Like half of them are TI winners too.
yes.
Yeah, also true. So yeah, the lack of European teams has brought in a lot of new blood, and then North America also. Like Undying, Moon Meanders played at TI,
Dubu, shut up. With MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just those 2, right?
Yep. Saberlight, nothing. Brown, nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Tomato not played at TI?
Tomato has.
He's definitely played like DPC events. Like
Yes.
majors,
Yes. He's
majors,
been at
minors.
events, but he's not
Before
he's
this
not
year's
played at a
DPC.
TI, I believe. But I can look it up on my notebook if you want. But at the moment, I mean, everybody knows we're still waiting for the games to start, and we have been waiting for a little while. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer, but we are going to take a short break, and when we're back, we will have the issues fixed, and we'll be back with some Dota games. So we're gonna let you get a moment to yourself to make sure you still can get your snacks or get some coffee and tea.
Shiver, I swear to God. If this
It
TI does
will
not
happen. It will happen.
I am.
It will happen. We will get this International 10 underway, I promise. But it will happen after this.
That'd be kind of fun to watch them. I like hedging my bets, you know.
Right.
So maybe I don't expect them to do well, but they do well. Maybe
Right.
I'm wrong on broadcast, but I get fantasy points.
True.
So I got wins somewhere.
I think that this is a team that like, and again, maybe this is just my own personal bias. They've consistently beaten expectations over and over again. And there's like definitely like a strength that I feel like they get just through their connections with each other. And like, you know, it's one of those teams that feels like, for both of these teams actually, like they're greater than the sum of their parts almost even.
I think also every team wants momentum,
Right.
obviously. You know, every team is going to feel better and be stronger when they get a couple wins under their belt. But I would say that something like Alliance, it is like crucial.
Yeah.
I think that's like the difference for them completely in this group stage is they just like start out well.
Right.
Because like they've got to have some confidence issues, I would imagine, with everything
Right.
that's happened this year. You win the EU DPC and then you go to LAN.
I don't know. I don't
you
know if they
perform
do,
very
dude.
well.
I don't know.
Maybe they don't.
Well, because the other thing is that they have a little bit of momentum coming in from the ESL stuff, right?
That's
Where
true.
they performed
yeah,
well.
They did well.
I think also like they're the type of team, and I think OG is too, where a lot of that external stuff I feel like it doesn't necessarily get to them a ton.
I think OG are powered by external stuff. I think Alliance just everything just kind of washes by.
That's true. Yeah,
I don't think
there's
they
more
care as much.
Exactly.
But I also think that they don't have that same sort of like, I don't know. Like I picture the old like complexity with these guys where they did like the, the huddle and like the
Right.
I don't think
I
this
don't know
roster is
what
doing
it's-
any of that stuff. You know.
Well, they grew up.
That was good. That's some quality, bonding, motivation. That's very. It feels very North American when you watch back on it.
Yeah.
Oh, they've gone to a weight screen. They've abandoned the
Ooh,
mainstream.
interesting.
Ah, welcome. Yes,
Welcome,
we
we're
won't
here.
do that to you.
No, we're gonna stay here. We're
Okay,
hanging
well,
out.
unless we're told, because sometimes they're gonna tell us to take a break, maybe. So.
And I'm gonna say no for you people. I'm not gonna say
No,
no.
do
I'm
not-
definitely not gonna say
You
no.
know what happened the last time someone said no to production, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not end well for you.
They're gonna make my voice all squeaky for the rest of the tournament afterwards. They can take
Now that's
retribution.
content, yeah.
That would be great.
That's good. We were talking about this because helium is very expensive. So,
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really just do that constantly.
Wait, when were you talking about this?
Don't worry about it.
We have the what's that?
We have to go to a break.
All right,
Okay,
and with
I'm
that,
sorry.
we will be
We've
back
been
in just a
told.
little bit. All you wonderful people out there, we'll be back when the game is ready to start. See y'all then.
Move beyond this plane. Pull roots and run!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
See them cower before us. Warriors of the wood!
Dire are scanning. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
A gift from the goddess. Boom, there it goes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So you
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That should help.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As you well know.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
The wages of
Radiant's
fear.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's top tower is under attack.
The archives of time are lost with me.
Is under attack.
Wicked sick! Nah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Monster kill! Double kill! Whoa! God, triple kill!
Thanks, all.
Where are you going? Ownage!
Bagnes zomaar naar draf.
a fortune!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dominate! Mega kill! Double kill!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Extra kill. I'll take your tribute.
Burners!
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
The wages of fear.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.